Do you need to get collections removed from your credit report? Make sure to watch this entire episode of the Credit Concept podcast. We're going to be walking through how to delete collection accounts from your credit report. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott, and in today's episode of the Credit Concept podcast, I am going to be reviewing with you how to remove collections from your credit report. Now, removing collections from your credit report can make your credits go up tremendously. So if you do have derogatory accounts like collections that are on your credit report, you need to get them corrected, okay? And there are a number of ways on how to do this, and we're going to be covering all of those different ways that you can get these items deleted for good from your credit report. So make sure to watch this entire video, share it with friends, share it on your Facebook. Make sure that you have subscribed to my channel, Credit Coach Nicole Scott. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment below so I can make sure that you have found some tremendous value from my videos. Okay, so let's get into the good stuff, guys. So there are a number of different ways that you can quote unquote repair credit, right? So I'm going to be covering with you how you can actually get these collections, these stubborn collections off of your credit report, because at the end of the day, you have never done business with this third party that is on your credit report. So therefore, you can dispute it, right? Now, some cases when you dispute it and they have been able to validate that the debt does in fact belong to you and it's still reporting on your credit, then of course, you might have to settle it. That's the worst case scenario. But we never want to start with the worst case scenario first. We want to start with the best case scenario. Best case scenario, you dispute it and it gets deleted, right? Now, when you see a collection on your credit report, generally it's going to be from what we call a third party. Generally, this third party, you have never done business with them because they are collecting debt on behalf of somebody else. There's two ways that collection companies can collect debt. One is they've purchased the debt. So a lot of these collection companies that specialize in junk debt, they buy a large amount of debt and then they have collectors that go and try to collect on that. They'll buy debt from Capital One, Credit One, all of these little crappy, credit card companies when people default. So oftentimes you might have the original account from like Capital One, and then now you have a third party that's collecting the alleged balance, of course, on, behalf of Capital One. Now, there's another side to collections as well. There are collection companies out there that do not own the debt. They did not purchase the debt, but in fact, they are collecting the alleged debt on behalf of, their client. And companies like medical companies and service provider companies will hire third-party collection agencies to collect on the alleged debt that they say that you owe. So those are the two types of collections that could potentially show up on your credit report. Now, the easiest way to get rid of these collections is to dispute it. And I know that sounds very simple, but there is a number of ways that you can truly dispute this account information on your credit. The fastest way that you can dispute information on your credit is through the apps. Okay. And I know I'm not a huge fan of disputing online, but it is the fastest. Let's just be honest, right? You can always go the longer route if you needed to, mailing in dispute letters, going back and forth, so on and so forth. But we're going to try to fast track it in the beginning and, see what happens, because what may have worked for somebody else may not work for you. So you're going to need a backup plan, and you're going to need, more ammunition and more action steps that you can actually take if for some reason it doesn't get deleted. Now, not every credit profile is the same. And of course, sometimes the credit bureaus will say that it's verified, but we know it's not. So we just have to continue to challenge them on it. But the first step is, of course, getting a copy of your credit reports and seeing what collections are being listed on your credit. You can use the Experian app. You can look at Credit Karma. Credit Karma is going to give you Equifax and TransUnion. And then, of course, if you just have the free Experian app, you'll have Experian. So between the two, you'll have a report from each of the bureaus. Now, Credit Karma is going to give you a Vantage 3.0 scoring model, not a FICO, but again, not the end of the world. At this point, all that we're really looking for is the data that's on our report. So what we want to do is start off on the Experian app. And when you see the collection that's on your Experian app, we want to go ahead and file a dispute. And when it comes to collections, you can say, I have no business with this company. They have not provided a contract between them and I. Please delete. We want to keep it very simple. You can say it however you want, but the bottom line is you have never done business with this company, benefited from this company, received any sort of, benefit, credit, compensation, or anything from this company. Therefore, I am not liable for this alleged debt. I demand that you delete it from my credit report. Okay, it can be something as simple as that. Basically, we're just saying we have no relationship, we have no contract with this company, we have never done business with them, and we have never benefited from them. Therefore, we are demanding that they delete this account from our credit profile. Okay, you can submit that dispute and just select, I have no knowledge of this account. It is not mine. And then in the description, write a brief little blurb of what we just, discussed. Then what you're going to do is you're going to file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau against the third party collection company. Okay. Go to the bbb.org, and I'll leave a link below. File a complaint against the third party. You can also file a complaint against the credit bureau, but you want to give them a chance to correct the problem first. So that's going to be more along the lines in about 30 to 60 days. We want to be able to allow the credit bureau enough time to properly investigate the problem. Okay, we're giving them an ample opportunity to correct the problem. We're documenting it, we're submitting the dispute, and we're allowing them time to correct it.